Well, good morning, everybody. Okay, so I'm actually walking on a highway right now, but it's only the highway that goes between my mom's trailer park and the trailer park I grew up in. Because I told you all a while back, I was going to try to make it down here and take you on a little tour. So I'm going to take you on a little tour. Now, you see that place right there? That used to be a gas station that my grandma would pull up to, send me in when I was little, and I mean little, like 5, 6 years old. And I would buy her cigarettes for her while she sat in the car, because they knew us. So they would sell them to me knowing that they were for her. We are at, you can't really read it anymore, the sign's kind of faded, but it's called Rochester Hills Mobile Home Park. It used to be the Swordsville Mobile Home Park, because it was named after the amusement park that was down the street. Yeah, I picked flowers this morning as I was walking that highway. Okay, but this used to be called the Swordsville Mobile Home Park, trailer park. It got bought out probably about 20 years ago or so. Longer than that. About 30 years ago, because my grandma was still alive, and she died when I was 12, so she died, it'll be 28 years, 27 years, coming up here in about a month and a half. She died November 27th of 1995. I was 12. So, this is the entrance. That little building right there, that's the office, the clubhouse, and there used to be a playground right there on the side of it, and that's where I played at as a kid. And then these right here, where all this shit is, used to be baseball diamonds and things like that, so people could come and play. But you see that that's not how it is anymore. So we're gonna take a walk through this place. It might take me a minute because this place is kind of big for a mobile home park, especially considering when I just moved out of it about 4 months ago. Because that place was just the size of like this top part. And we are just now at the entrance. We haven't even made it into the park yet. But give me a minute. Now see, over the last 5 years, I've tried to move back into this place twice, into the same trailer too. And fate, destiny, whatever it was, has stopped me both times. School bus. Time for school, kids. The first time, we had it all lined up. We had the money saved up. Me and my ex-fiance. We had it. And then he got meningitis. Well, he had started with an ear infection or sinus infection. They went into his ears, and then from there, it went to his brain, into his mastoids, and it settled there, and it started seeping into other places. But I called an ambulance on him because he wasn't responding. He was just sitting in the floor looking at me like, and I'm like, honey, are you gonna talk to me? Are you gonna say anything? Because if you don't say anything, I'm calling the damn ambulance. And he just kept lifting his hand up and dropping it back down, and I already knew something was wrong before that. He had went to the hospital that morning, a new one that's right down here off bypass 4 in Hamilton Mason, I believe it is. Might be Tylersville, but I believe it's Hamilton Mason. I go there all the time. That's where I get all my testing and stuff done. My doctor's office is right outside of it. Well, he had went to that emergency room, but since he didn't have insurance, well, they decided they didn't want to help him. They gave him some medicine that he ended up throwing up before he ever even made it fucking in the house, and laid the fuck down, and after that it was a wrap. So this yellow place right here behind us, this was Dallas Coffey's house, and he committed suicide when I was a kid. That's why I really didn't want to name my son Dallas, but his dad picked that name. John Boy picked that name. So, and I picked Gabriel. So Dallas Gabriel, my little archangel, who right now is still pissed off at me because, well, mommy gets mean when people act like assholes to her. Now see, this place right here was Judy's. She is so sweet. She is one of the nicest. She's like an aunt to me. I ran into her a couple years ago when I was still working at the store that I was just at, where my friend Becky bought me a couple cigars because I can't get anybody else to loan me any kind of fucking money. But Becky knows that I'm sick, and Becky knows that I'm hurt, and Becky knows. So Becky said, girl, I got you. And she bought me a couple packs of cigars. Okay, now see this house right here? That was my grandma's and my uncle's. That's the house I grew up in. And they've painted it a couple of times since then. It's been a bunch of different colors. But that tree right there, I mean, where is it? Yeah, that tree right there, that one looks like it bloomed off of it. But that tree right there, that was the switch tree. That was the tree when Grandma said, you're acting up, you better go get me a switch. Well, you better go get her a switch, and you better get her the right switch. Because if you bring one in that's too short, too long, she's going to get mad. She's actually going to whip you. If you brought her the right one, she left you alone. Okay? So that was the house when I said my brother decided on Christmas that he was pissed off at me because I was at my uncle's. Because my uncle brought me back to keep me out of drama and trauma. My brother walked in, got all pissed off because my uncle brought me back to his house. That was my uncle's house. Okay, now you see this gray trailer right here on the other side of this trampoline? Let me move up a little bit so you might actually be able to see it. Now, this trailer, I was friends with the kids that lived there until at 13. The boy was 18. We dated as 13-year-olds would date. You know, hold hands, snuggle up, maybe a few little kisses here and there. But he was trying to show me appropriate love, so he never pushed his fucking boundaries with me any further because he knew I wasn't ready for anything like that, even though he was older. He knew. He took good care of me while I was with him. Until my brother and my mother found out, and they didn't like the age difference, and my brother went down that way to the house that he lived in on this first street. We'll get there eventually. I'll walk past that house too if it's still there. I don't know if that trailer's still there, but I'm going to walk up and then down and back. I'm going to walk around, show y'all. Okay, so, but that was, and then the girl who lived there, well, that's my son's stepmother. Well, she was. I don't know if the dad and her are still married or not, but she was my son's stepmother. Her daughter calls me mama. Why? Well, because she decided she wants to do crack and other drugs and not be a mama. And me, well, I got clean and I got sober. And she's always been able to depend on me. Always. So I am her mama. Might not be her mother, but I am her mama. It's what she calls me. Mama. That's my baby girl. My little Ginger and my Ginger Snap. Well, I knew the girl who lived in this trailer too. And the one right behind it. And now these girls, though, were mean as fuck. Along with Angel, who lived in that one over there. She was a mean-ass bitch, too. And they used to try to make me feel like shit because I was cuter than them and nicer than them. So they always try to make me feel like shit. Oh, Ashley's, Angel's. You gotta watch out for those fucking A names, man. But you gotta watch out for those J names, too. Because us J's... Well, sorry, let me introduce you to who I am today. Today, I am pissed the fuck off. So today, I am Jessie. I'm not Jess. I'm not Jessica. I'm not Angel Grace. I am motherfucking Jessie Annie. And oh, am I pissed. I'm still in Ohio. I don't deserve to fucking be in this hellhole. This is my personal little fucking hellhole I'm stuck in. And everybody's like, but Jessica, you can't walk the highways. I just fucking did now, didn't I? Oh. But Jessica, you can't walk to Florida. Watch me, motherfuckers. If I can't get a goddamn bus ticket, if I can't get a train ticket, if I can't get the fuck up out of here, I will take my bag. I will strap it on my fucking back. I'll take my other bags and strap them on my sides. Hook them together with that carabiner I found. And I'm going to walk my ass straight the fuck up out of my personal hellhole. Because look at this fucking place, man. Now, I've known the people who live where that green car is right there. That trailer. That trailer. Oh. Actually, almost every fucking trailer up in this bitch, I've known somebody who's lived there. But see, we're going to get to an important one here in just a second. We're going to get to where my son's dad and grandpa live, and where I threatened to fucking beat my son's stepmom's ass because I came to pick him up, got him home, put him in the bath, and found bruises on his fucking back in the size of a hand mark that were too big to be a baby's. And there was only another baby's in that house. Besides, he was left alone with his stepmom. So I drove my happy ass 2 hours back up here with my son and showed those fucking bruises to his daddy. Oh, and it wasn't just one on his back. There was one around his fucking arm where you could tell somebody snatched his arm up, grabbed him by his upper fucking arm, and smacked him across his goddamn back. And it was an adult handprint. And he had been with his dad for about a week at this point in time, so he sure as fuck wasn't me. So yeah, I got mad. Oh, did I ever get mad? You laid your hands on my babies. That was the biggest mistake you could ever fucking make. Don't touch my children. Any of them. Because Jessie comes out. She gets mad. So, right here at the corner of what's called Dunstan Place now. It's not what the name of it was back in the day. And Rochester Hills Lane, which goes straight up to the fucking up there. This blue trailer right here. That's where my middle son's dad, grandpa, stepmom, uncle at some point in time, even my brother at some point in time lived, stayed, was hanging out at that trailer right there, that blue one and white one. That's where I came to. I parked right there. Like if you go straight up from in between this pole and this box, I parked right fucking there on this side of that white van. Knocked on that door and told them they better get their fucking asses outside because I'm about ready to beat the ass. And if they'd go ahead and call the cops, because I'd fucking dare you to go ahead and call the cops, because my son's sitting in the back seat and he's got bruises on him. Go ahead, call the cops. No, you know what his stepmom did? She hid in that motherfucking house and sent the daddy out because the daddy thought he could tame me. And I said, why don't you go get your fucking bitch of a wife so I can beat her ass since she thinks she's all big and bad touching a baby. Now, at the time, my son was only 4. Now let's keep moving. Now again, there ain't very many places in here that I didn't know people. This place right here was Hazel and shit, what was her old man's name? I can't remember her old man. He might still fucking live there for all I know. But Hazel was from out of Bethel. And me and her were good friends. But me and him have the same fucking birthday. How about that one? Oh, sorry. I gotta put my shit down for a second. Yeah. What nobody can see, I am in pajamas. Because I didn't give no fucks when I walked up at my house this morning. My mom's house this morning. It's not my house, it's my mom's. I don't live there. I'm just staying there temporarily until I can fucking get the fuck up out of this bitch. I hate being there. I don't want to be there. So I've been hiding in the bedroom. I've been keeping my earbuds in. I've been keeping my music going. Or I go outside or I leave for a little while. Like I did this morning because I don't want to fucking be there. And I've been awake since 2 o'clock this goddamn morning. And I didn't want to be at my mom's anymore. So as soon as it was daylight enough, I went ahead and said I'm going to take a walk. Now, down that street is where that boy lived with another friend of ours. And that's where my brother showed up at. It was down there at house. And took a Zippo in his hand and almost took off my boyfriend at the time's ear because he just didn't like how old the boy was. He was mad. Oh, now you want to know what they were actually mad about? Jessica was happy. She found somebody to show her appropriate love and care and consideration. And they didn't like it because they were too busy abusing me. They were too busy degrading me and abusing me and treating me like shit. So when they found out that I had somebody who was actually treating me well, they went and destroyed it. Like they destroy everything. Let's keep walking. See. Now Brian lived around here and his brother and a bunch of other people that I used to hang out with and I was friends with. But see, that girl that I was best friends with that's now dating my ex-fucking fiance of just a couple months ago without ever asking me permission. I'm sorry, that's against friend code. I don't give a fuck what sex you are. It's against friend code for you to go and date your best friend's ex, period, at all, without permission. Sue. You fucking know better. Yes, your behaviors are that of a whore. So I called you out on it. Go ahead. Disconnect my phone. I fucking dare ya. All it's gonna do is make you look like a little fucking bitch. I am a bitch, and I know I'm a bitch, and I own my shit, but it's gonna make you look like a little bitch. That you can't fucking take your own goddamn fucking food that you done dished out. Why don't you eat your own shit? And you leave my fucking phone alone, bitch. Because I am pissed and you know it. I tried to tell you I wasn't mad no more. All you had to do is fucking text me back, but no. No, you're too busy getting fucked by my ex, aren't you? So, here we are. This is the 2nd street down. We'll go ahead and walk down it because on this street, there was a guy that I was in the car with when I was like 13. That they said, come on, we're going to go to WBN Fireworks. If you know what WBN Fireworks are, well, then you know they are one of the most badass fucking fireworks shows in Ohio. Actually, in like 5 states, they have some badass motherfucking fireworks. I mean, like, in comparison with, like, New York, Los Angeles, because they put money and effort, and they match their music to go to it. But see, like, even in this little alcove here where there's dogs barking at me, I knew people. Hi, pretty boy. How you doing this morning, pretty boy? So, but I got in that car thinking we were going to the fireworks show, and then I found out after the police pulled us over and the guy pulled a knife and a gun out and he said, get the fuck out of the car and run. So I got the fuck out of the car and I ran because, I mean, I was 13 and the dude just pulled a knife and a gun on me. I found out that the car was stolen. They never had any plans to ever go to fucking WBN Fireworks. What they had plans to do, well, I'll let your imagination tell it. They didn't happen. Like I said, the police pulled us over. And then from then until I was 18 years old, I was banned from entering Butler County without a family member. So my mom, my stepdad, my dad, my uncle, my brothers, I was allowed here to visit family. I was allowed here to babysit my nephews. But I was not allowed in Butler County by myself because I was proven untrustworthy because I made a mistake. And the courts here didn't fuck around with me at all. They said, nope, you got to be supervised. Oh, well, fuck. Okay. Supervise me then, bitches. Here, let me supervise myself with the camera as I walk around this town. God bless it, my fucking cigar will not stay lit this morning. Normally these ones stay lit. Oh, so we're at another J now. See that trailer? His name was John too. And they also lived up at the other corner and then they moved down here. There was 2 boys named John that lived here at that time. I remember one of them trying to sell me oregano disguised as weed. Or sell me weed that was actually oregano. I mean, however you want to put that. But he stopped smoking when he was trying to get a job and they were doing a hair follicle test on him. That was like one of the last times I saw him and his family. Oh, well, that and he dated that same girl that's now with my ex. Hey, she dated both Johns. And Brian's brother. Damn. That girl goes after all the boys in my life now, don't she? Oh, and I thought we were only at 7. Well, it was just 7 that I had been with. Or that I wanted to be with. But then she fucked it up. Because she told this one boy that I grew up with that I knew long before she ever did. And he ran into her one day and he was trying to get my phone number from her. And she lied and said, well, Jessica's getting married. She's dating somebody. She's engaged. She's going to get married. Here's the thing. I was single. I wasn't with nobody. So, this long stretch right here, I ran down that stretch with no shoes on, no socks on. I grabbed my shit, my coat, my socks, my shoes, and I ran out the fucking door and ran down this road. Oh, that mobile home we were trying to buy. Right up through here somewhere. Oh, it's up that way. But, and then the second time, and we went to go and get it, we ended up getting that trailer that we ended up moving into because it was cheaper lot rent, cheaper for the trailer itself. It was only $2,000 for the trailer. They wanted like $15,000 for this one up here. And this one up here was a 2-bedroom, 1.5. You know what? We probably would have been better off moving in here anyways. But this place don't fuck around with your rent. You better pay your rent or get the fuck out. And the place that he's at, well, until the new people bought it, they would give you leniency. So then this mobile home right here, or I think it's the same one. Yeah, it's the same one. That was the Adams family. The whole family I'm friends with. Call the mom and dad, mom and dad. Call the kids my sisters and brothers. I mean, since I'm not related to him, it's not going to sound funky when I say this, but I like we did that 12-year-old fling thing with the youngest, me and the youngest son, where he wrote me a letter and said, do you love me? You know the song, do you love me? Do you want to be my friend? Check yes or no. He wrote that down for me, and I checked yes, because, okay, and then this one right here, this was Coburn's. This was Rick Coburn's, and I can say his full name because he's gone now. I mean, like, gone. Like, he died years ago. And it's confusing because I've heard he was murdered, and I've heard that he committed suicide. And I don't know which one he did, but, I mean, if he did commit suicide, I can't fucking blame him. He was an addict. He was trying his fucking best, but man. But see, then I ran down here, and I ran up this hill right here, into those woods, and I hid from my brother for hours in the cold, in the snow, in those woods. I hid from him. He tried to run up this hill in his little Ford Ranger, and luckily it was only a 2-wheel drive, and he couldn't make it up that hill with all the snow on it, so that was the only reason I got away that day. And then I came down this way, and there's a friend who I had that lived right over here, and my friend let me hide for a couple of days, got me in a warm shower, got me warmed up, got me some dry clothes, helped me out, let me hide from possible fucking murder, because my brother was going to kill me. I know, I'm not exaggerating. He was literally trying to kill me. He was trying to run me over with a fucking truck. He threw me into a floor model TV, picked me up at 12 years old and him 18, threw me across the goddamn living room of that trailer up there tops at 17 Rochester Hills, into a floor model TV where I bumped my fucking head. And then I started fighting like a damn wildcat, like I was cornered. And I got the fuck away and I got down here. No, it's not one of these trailers, it's on the other side, and I'm not going to take you to it because I don't want y'all to know. But I am going to take you down here to the river, where some other bad shit happened. Why I say every time I cross this motherfucking bridge, all I can think about is the bad shit that happened. So, give me a minute. It takes a minute to walk back there. And then everybody wonders why I can't stand to be in Butler County. Why I don't want to be in Ohio. Well, this is why. This is exactly why. Because I can't go anywhere in this motherfucking place without having bad memories. Now, my girl who bought me my cigars this morning because I couldn't get anybody else to loan me a couple dollars to go and get any, and they're on sale for 2 for $79, and a single pack has 2 of them in it. They're 79 cents right now, which is cheaper than what they were in Michigan because they were 2 for $99 in Michigan. Right now they're 2 for $79 down here. So she just bought me like 4 packs of them or 5 packs of them and said, here you go, baby. Because she gets it. I went in and just asked her for a cigarette, and she saw how upset I was because I couldn't get anybody to loan me a fucking dollar. Now, if you go down to this next street down and you go to the very end of it, that's where my same middle son, that his dad lived up top. Well, he also moved down here to where his mom lived. His mom, his stepdad, and his uncle. My son's uncle. My son's adopted uncle? I'm not sure how that one works. It's Pete's kid. Well, Pete's gone now, too. My son's grandpa, he's gone now, too. Let's see if I can get back in these woods. Because where I used to walk, I don't want to walk through people's yards. See if I can get back in these woods. Ah, they got a fence up now. So maybe I can't get underneath that bridge. Huh. Damn. Might have to go walk on that bridge to walk down under that bridge to show you. But here, let me walk down Bottoms real quick. Let me walk this whole Bottoms for you. Excuse me, I have to spit. Now, the girl who bought that stuff for me this morning, she still lives here. So I won't go down her street because I'm not going to take you by her house. But that trailer that I hit at was right down that street. Looks like it's still there too. It looks like it's falling apart. All these fucking trailers are mostly falling apart. I don't know who the fuck just texted me. Somebody from some weird ass number. See that blue trailer right there? That one? That was my son's grandma's. That one right there. That was Pete's and his wife's and my son's uncle. Yeah. And Janine lived up here. I don't know what happened with her. But the only reason I think about her is because I just heard her name yesterday. And somebody said, well, you remind me of her. I'm like, well, shit. That's scary. It's if it's the same Janine. I don't want to remind you of her. And the reason I picked flowers this morning is because I'm going to go down here to this end where my brother and Rick and Wally used to live. And there's an open pathway that can take you back to the train tracks. Those train tracks, the first time that somebody ever spiked my shit and gave me acid, and I was already in a bad mood. If anybody knows anything about doing drugs, that was Janine's house. That was Bev's. That empty one right there that has the door fucking wide open. No. Bev's was right here, maybe. But yeah, it was like right here. This empty lot. It was right here somewhere. But Janine lived right there. Bev lived right there. And when we are coming up on where my brother and his two best friends at the time, two of his best friends out of 3, lived. That's where this trampoline's at. And there used to be a community garden down here. It looks like they've closed it. Sorry, I'm not trying to give you a view of my nose or nothing, but I'm trying to hold like 20 things at once until I get rid of these flowers. See that white trailer? Well, that looks like a different trailer than what was there. Unless they put siding on it, because it used to be metal. And down here, oh, so they moved the baseball diamonds down here. Look at all this fucking trash, man. Look at all this rubber. Oh, man. I mean, I could walk back. I don't feel like it, though. I'm going to walk back up this way. I'm going to go over to that bridge. I'm going to go under it. I'm going to show you where a man named Mike Horn. I don't give a fuck to throw his name out. He should have never touched me the way he did. But he lived here in this trailer park. Up on that second street that I walked down, he used to live up there. And one day I had to get the fuck away from people, so I came down here. And I was sitting underneath this bridge up here that I'm getting ready to take you to. And I was just chilling, sitting on a rock underneath the bridge. And Mike decided that since I was alone and unprotected, told you this damn cigar won't stay fucking lit today. There's a coat I got on. This one. Where's it? It's a cat coat. Black cat coat or whatever. This was my dad's. It's one of the few things I fucking got left from me. Is this. and a few other little things. Because my dad didn't have a whole lot in the first place. He lived a very minimalistic life. All I ever heard out of him and my stepmom was, well, we don't have money. We don't have money. We don't have money. But they turned around and paid God knows how much money for my stepbrother's fucking weddings. 2 of them within a year. Or a year and a month or something like that. And they gave me $1,000 to go towards the food for my wedding. But I didn't even have control over that money. Because they didn't give it to me. They gave it to my ex. They gave it to him. Not me. Like, I'm the fucking daughter. I'm your relations. And you couldn't even trust me with the money for my own fucking wedding. You had to go and give it to my ex who already had control over every fucking penny. His and mine. Because he would tell me, no, you just work and pay off your shit. And I'll pay off everything else. And I was like, okay, cool. But then when I would get my checks, when I would get my money, all of a sudden, oh, I need money for the electric bill. I need money for rent. I need money for gas. Can you buy me tobacco? Can you buy me dip? Can you do? And then I would be cut short on what I needed because, I mean, we were married. We were supposed to be a team. But it was okay for him to take my money, but it wasn't okay for him to return it. Yeah, it was very one-sided. We had a very one-sided marriage. It was Jessica put everything you got into it, and Ted said, oh, I'm only going to give you the fucking bare minimum. That's what everybody says to me. You get the bare motherfucking minimum. You're allowed to have survival. You're not allowed to live. You're not allowed to have your wants. And hell, you can't even have all of your fucking needs because, again, my clothes still don't fucking fit me. These pajama pants I have on, my ex ended up sending them, and the only reason I'm not bitching is because they're warm. And I don't know where the fuck I'm going to be at. I don't know if I'm going to go back to Michigan. I don't know if I'm going to stay here in Ohio. I don't know if I'm going to fucking take off and go somewhere warmer. I just don't know, man. So since I don't know, well, I'm going to go ahead and keep the warm pants. Because if I'm here in Ohio, Ohio has cold-ass winters too. And Michigan's not the only fucking place that has cold-ass winters. Ohio gets some cold winters. We go below 0. And you got to layer up here in Ohio too. I'm trying to get some fucking Florida. I want to go down there and help with that hurricane relief, but I can't sign up for fucking Red Cross or nothing because then they want to do background checks. And my ID came up missing weeks ago, and I don't have the money to go and get another one made. And if I can't get $2 to fucking go and buy 79-cent packs of fucking cigars, who in the hell's going to loan me $30 to go and get an ID made? My parents keep saying, well, you got to watch how much money you're borrowing from us because we have that $400 car payment now. Well, I didn't tell you to go get a $400 car payment. I told you to go find you a decent car, buy it outright, so you wouldn't have a motherfucking payment. But what'd you do? You went and got a fucking loan. So now you got to pay out $400 a month. I mean, it's a decent ass little car, but you're paying way too much for it. Okay. So it's going to get loud. I apologize. I can't help that. Let's see if I can get down this fucking hole. Good morning, sunshine. How are you this morning? Okay, well, I might not be able to get under the bridge. Maybe I can. We'll see. There's that Morgan Cup side of the highway. But right here in Butler County, they don't really care if you're walking the side of the highway as long as you're being careful. Stay out of the middle of the road. Face the traffic so that you can see it and you see it. Now these bridges, I remember coming out and riding bikes down here too. There's one on the other side of that there's a company that sits in this here, but there's one on the other side of that rock. There's a company, and I had a friend that used to work for them. They do specialized forums. Get down here. There we go. Sweet. There's a lot of trash. Some clothing, towels or some shit. Oh. So. Oh, I gotta pee. Oh, look at all that graffiti. Ain't it pretty? So I was sitting, like, right over here, just looking at the water. See, little creek. This is where I was sitting at. And there used to be a path that you could get to from the trailer park. God bless it, man. Come on, stay lit, bitch. Damn. How many times I gotta light this thing? But, running in my fucking thing open. Eat, sleep, like. You hear all the traffic going on over here. So, I was sitting here by myself, kind of like I am right now. The only difference was I was a child and not a full-ass adult. And this man, he was a grown man. Like I said, his name was Mike Horn. I have no idea what happened to him. There's a lot of Mike Horns that I've met since then, and every time I hear that fucking name, man, it immediately triggers PTSD in me, because as I was sitting right there, right underneath this fucking bridge, by myself, watching that water, this man decided to come down here, see me by myself, and decided that he wanted to take what wasn't his. If I wanted to give it, it was one thing, but I did not want to give it to him. But he took it. And I was only about 13. So every time we drive over this bridge, and you have to drive over this bridge most of the time in the morning, unless you go all the way around and shit, which is a pain in the ass to go all the way around, I immediately have fucking flashbacks. So I try to occupy my mind with anything and everything. Music, people talking to me, whatever the fuck. Closing my eyes and just not thinking about it. Whatever I gotta fucking do to not think about what happened under this fucking bridge. What's up, baby? To me, when I was a baby, and here's the thing, I never told nobody. Why? Because everybody already looked at me like I was a whore. I wasn't even sleeping with nobody, but because I had boyfriends, because boys thought I was cute and they wanted to date me, everybody already looked at me like I was a whore because of my looks. My God blessed fucking looks. They decided, because I was cute, I must be a whore. Because I was interested in boys, which is normal. Like I've said in many videos. You hit a certain age, you start having emotions and feelings and shit. Hormones. And, but that man knew better. He didn't care. And that damn near destroyed me. And then, on top of that, just like a month later, I go to stay at my aunt's house. Because it was summertime and my mom and my stepdad worked, and my dad and my stepmom were too busy to be parents to my dad's kids. You know, they could be parents to my stepbrothers, but they couldn't be parents to my dad's kids that he had before they ever got fucking married. That my aunt decided she was going to help out, so my aunt and uncle said, "Here, send her over here." And my uncle decided that he wanted to try to touch me in an inappropriate way, and luckily my cousin showed up with his daughter, and I took the fuck off with his daughter and went to my other cousin's house, who was around the corner and down the street. And I didn't say nothing then either, because who the fuck's gonna believe me? So, for years now, these men have been getting away with doing horrible, horrible things to little girls, because I wasn't big enough and bad enough back then, and I let it break me. Well, better late than never. Let the truth be fucking told. I'm done fucking hiding. I'm done playing these men's games. I'm done playing the government's fucking game. I am sick. Physically sick. Take a look at me. Do I look like I feel good today? I feel like shit. I've been up, like I said, since like 2 o'clock this fucking morning. Feeling like absolute hell. And I couldn't sit there anymore, because the longer I sat there, the fucking more my brain went, the more my brain went, the more my brain went, the more my brain went. Damn. Fucking ADHD, PTSD, anxiety, panic disorder, bipolar disorder, all that shit that they want to diagnose me with. Well, all of that fucking came into effect. Because I'm back in my hellhole. I'm back in the one place that my doctor says, my primary care physician says is the worst area I could possibly be in physically. And then when he hears about, and then my therapist and my psychiatrist say the same fucking thing, because it's the worst place I could be mentally. Because this whole, just this land in general that I'm standing on does nothing but bring back bad fucking memories. Well, then I can't go anywhere in this southwestern side of Ohio, or in southeastern Kentucky, or northern Kentucky, or southeastern Indiana, because same thing. It all brings back bad memories. All of it. I don't have that many good memories in this area. They ended a very, very, very long time ago, about the time my grandmother passed away, because she was my protector. And when she died, well, my protection went with her. And that was when people decided that they had the right, that they had a right to touch me. So I'm sorry if I don't like being touched. If I give you permission to touch me, it's one thing. But if I don't give you permission to touch me, I'm sorry if I don't like giving hugs. I'm sorry if I don't want to be affectionate. I'm sorry, but it's not my fault that other people have touched me in inappropriate ways and made me not want to be touched, except for by people I trust. And then I give my trust to people, and then they fucking betray it. So, I hope you enjoyed your tour of LaSwordsville, aka Rochester Hills Mobile Home Park, and a little tour of my fucking past history. And maybe now, maybe y'all might understand a little bit better on why I'm so motherfucking angry all the damn time. Especially when I'm in Ohio. And why I don't want to fucking be here. Y'all have a great day. Opono. I love you. I'm sorry. Please fucking forgive. Just please fucking forgive. Thank you for listening. Have a great day. Bye.